the current generation of soldiers grew up digital, and they may be more apt to seek treatment within a treatment environment that has digital technology. And so we hope to be able to draw in folks to treatment that would never go one-on-one, tell me about your mother, type therapy. There's a good theoretical basis for using virtual reality for exposure therapy, particularly with PTSD, where avoidance of cues and reminders of the trauma is part of the symptom picture. So with VR, we can actually put a person in a relevant simulation and help them along in how they recount the trauma. Right now, the virtual Iraq and Afghanistan applications are in about 30 sites around the country, a couple of sites in Europe now, and it's in military installations, VA hospitals, and at university clinics. The data that we have is still preliminary but very encouraging. We have an open clinical trial that was conducted down at the Naval Medical Center in San Diego with 20 patients that completed the full course of treatment, of which at the end of treatment, 16 no longer met criteria for PTSD. Just as you would prepare a pilot to deal with the experience of wind shear when flying a plane by using a simulator, we can do the same thing with virtual reality. It's essentially a simulation. You can put people in these environments and systematically control what happens to them. And so when I go to psychology conferences and people are skeptical, I go, well, when you're flying home, do you hope that the pilot driving the plane has had 20 hours practicing in a simulator how to deal with wind shear, or would you rather he read it out of a book or saw somebody else do it? Or the technology doesn't fix anybody. It's a tool in the hands of a well-trained clinician. That is, we're using technology to advance existing knowledge about what works in therapy. It's not a self-help tool. It's not an automated treatment. We're not aiming to eliminate a therapist. We're aiming to give a therapist tools that extend their skills. And I think the military has taken a very strong look at this because they're very concerned with having the best prepared military, not only in combat operations, but in psychological adaptability to extremely stressful circumstances.